Go.
Most Americans have taken a high school math course, such as geometry or algebra. Yet a national survey conducted showed that 82% of Americans were unable to compute the cost of a carpet when given its dimensions and square yard price. Hi, I'm Chinmay Bapat, and my TED Talk is about math. I can already see the board expressions, but this is the exact issue I want to address. Why do so many people despise the thought of math? Why is there such a big difference between the views of mathematicians and the general population? There are many reasons to this. The biggest misconception about math is that you're either born a maths person or you're not good at math. In lower elementary school, kids automatically start thinking that they're not good at math, and by middle school, they stop trying. This makes them fail tests, and they don't even try in class, so when they're called on by the teacher, they don't know the answer. This builds shame and solidifies the idea that they're bad at math. But this really isn't the truth. You're good at math based on your hard work and your mindset towards math. If you have a mindset that you just want to get through the class and not try, or a growth mindset, which is where you want to really try different approaches of solving a problem and master a skill, that's really what decides if you're good or bad at math. But English, you might think, well, English helps me communicate with others and write and read, but math? Well, history as well. It tells us about our past, but questions like find x, how am I ever going to use this in life? But you use math in life all the time without knowing. When you read the time, or if you set the microwave for 2 minutes, or even baking, you use math in all of these things. Not only do you use math all the time, but math improves your problem-solving skills and logical thinking skills. A survey that was conducted showed that math students and history students but all gathered in a room, and they had to take a puzzle and they had to try to solve it. And the puzzle didn't have to do anything with math or with history, so that it wasn't biased towards any person. And as the results came out, 3 times as many people who had solved the puzzle were math students than history students. So this puzzle was a real-world problem, and it showed that you needed problem-solving skills and logical thinking skills, which math clearly helped you do better than any other subject. Now, you might say, well, I want to get better at math, but how do I do that? Well, as I said earlier, changing your mindset affects your skills in math a lot. Research shows that students over 4 to 5 years who have a fixed mindset where they don't want to grow and a growth mindset where they want to master topics can separate students by 1.5 years in academic achievement. That's like student A, who just has a fixed mindset over 5 years, and student B, who has a growth mindset. So that means over 5 years, if one is taking 8th grade math, the other one will almost be taking 10th grade math. Now, that's a big difference. Another study that was conducted had to do with real-world problems. How do students like real-world problems? First, a maths professor asked his 60 students in a class, how many of you truly enjoy math? And only 10 raised their hand. Then the students went through fun activities in the class where they had to find how much energy a solar panel could hold based on its area, and also finding how much interest something could gain, and the max interest. And also, this had to do with E, which was a very important number that has to do with logarithms. And instead of just introducing it the normal way, like, okay, this is log base E raised to the power of this, instead it was introduced through a real-world problem. And the students liked this a lot. There was another survey at the end of the class which asked, did you enjoy this class? Please raise your hand if you did. And this time, 37 students raised their hand. This was a drastic increase because 27 more students had raised their hand from before. So I hope that the next time you think about math, you don't think about if you're bad at math or if you're not a maths person, but instead you think about the world of beauty and connection behind it, and maybe you'll even say, I kind of like math, and I'm open to rekindling my relationship with my ex.